Everything I put on my vision board, I get. It's not going to come when you want it to come. The problem is it comes at an appointed time. Soon as you ask him something, you really believe he'll do it? He sends it. He ships it immediately. He never gives you the date that the package is going to arrive. It would destroy the requirement, which is faith. So if you ask God and he tell you, I'm going to give it to you 2020, you wouldn't need no faith. The problem is people stop waiting on the package. When he delivers to you on Faith Street, instead of staying on Faith Street, you done stepped over here to I don't believe it Boulevard. He don't ship there. Or it took too long Avenue. It's just like the post office and FedEx. If you ain't there to receive it, it got to go back. God is real fair and simple.
Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, reflection, so I can see myself. Jesus said, who do you say that I am? Because you cannot see you. What are you about to give up because you cannot see you? What is in your house? See, whatever you got always looks small. We search for people who see something in us. Take a selfie. We'll check the stats and see how many likes we got. Because our opinion of ourselves is of what others around us said about us.
I had to begin to engage in retraining my mindset. But this man, Mr. Sidorsky, Wesley, come in here. Look at my shoes. You can shine them better than this. I'll do a better job. That's not nice. He's just a kid. He should do a better job than that. He can. And he should have yelled at me. What I loved about him, it was this time in the morning he spent working on his mind. All of us are self-made, but only the successful will admit it. If you give enough people what they want, they will give you what you want.
I want to talk to you today about the God who opens doors. We all face situations where it seems like the door is shut. We're working hard, but not getting good breaks. The loan didn't go through. We still haven't met anyone. Thoughts will tell you that door is never going to open. You can't accomplish your dreams. You don't have the training. You're locked out. Sometimes it's like a door has been slammed in our face. Person walked away. Friend betrayed us. We came down with an illness. The door looks permanently locked. But the scripture says God will open doors that no person can shut. God is your doorkeeper. He's in control of the doors in your life. You may be up against a door that seems locked. No way you can get well. No way you can start your business. No way you can break that addiction. That door is deadbolted, chained. No, when it's your time, the Most High God will break the chains. He's about to unlock some doors that have been locked. You're about to walk into what you've been shut out of. Promotion, healing, freedom, the right people. Don't believe the lies that the doors are permanently closed. The God who opens doors is about to show out in your life. Maybe you've been shut out of abundance, stuck behind a door of lack, not enough. I can see that door opening right now. God is doing a new thing. He's about to take you where you've never been. The Israelites wandered in the desert 40 years, shut out of the promised land. They could see it, but they couldn't go in it. The door was closed. The people living there were bigger, stronger, more powerful. They couldn't defeat them. But just because the door has been closed doesn't mean it's going to stay closed. God told Joshua, it's time to possess the land. He was saying, Joshua, I know the door has been shut. I haven't allowed you to go in. The obstacles were too big. But this is a new season. I'm going to open this door so you can enter the promised land. Doors that have been closed a long time for you are about to open. David said in Psalm 24, open up ancient gates and the King of glory will come in. Ancient gates means things that have been shut for years. Doors that have been closed in your family line for generations. Things you've been shut out of. Dealing with addictions, depression, low self-esteem, mediocrity. Those ancient gates are about to open up. Like the Israelites, you're about to walk into your promised land. To blessings, freedom, wholeness, success. I can see chains breaking right now. Deadbolts coming off, doors opening. You're coming out of generational curses, generational limitations, generational struggles into generational blessings. What's been stored up for your family is about to be released with you. What's been held back, what should have been yours, it's not lost. It's been accumulating. Ancient gates are going to open up. You couldn't make this happen. It's the King of Glory. It's the Most High God. It's your doorkeeper doing what only He can do. Here's the key. The doors that have been closed weren't closed by accident. God was getting you prepared for what's next. The scripture says He didn't take the Israelites the shortest route to the promised land because they weren't ready for war. They would have been defeated by their enemies. That time you've been shut out, the door has been closed, was not wasted. God was doing a work in you, getting you stronger, making sure you could carry the weight of glory. You were faithful. You kept doing the right thing. You didn't complain when it wasn't fair. You didn't get bitter over who did you wrong. You passed the test. You proved to God that you would be faithful. Now you're going to come into favor, resources, opportunities. You're going to see what your parents and grandparents dreamed of. You're going to walk into the blessing that they prayed for. These ancient gates are about to open for you. It's because of your grandmother's prayers. It's because your great-grandfather honored God. You're going to see generational blessings. My father dreamed of having an auditorium with 20,000 seats. He talked about how one day he was going to buy the Compact Center. This is when he had an auditorium that held 2,000 people. Years before the Rockets ever moved out of this facility, God put the dream in him. He could sense something big was coming, but that door never opened. He stayed shut out. But God knows what He's doing. He's a faithful God. The fulfillment of that dream wasn't for my father, it was for his children. That was an ancient gate that had been shut. It was in our family line. God had already promised it. At the right time, the doorkeeper opened that ancient gate. I'm living in the dream that started with my father. Daddy was very influential. He was very blessed, but he never saw the favor that God has shown me. I say this in humility, giving God all the credit, but God has taken me much further than my father. I often think about what would my father think now? He couldn't even fathom what God is doing. I believe there are blessings stored up in your family line. Your parents, those that went before you, they may have seen God's goodness. They were blessed, but they didn't realize it was limited. They were in some ways still locked out. Like God did with me, you're going to see ancient gates open up. You're going to see the fullness of what God had in mind. Maybe there's been depression in your family line. Sicknesses, everybody gets heart disease, everyone gets divorced, strife, division. It's like you've been locked out of good relationships, locked out of happiness, locked out of good health. God is saying those ancient gates are about to open. Doors that have been shut with your family, chains that have limited you for generations are being broken. God is releasing you into increase, into new levels, into something that you've never seen. It wasn't what you did, it was the doorkeeper showing you favor, bringing the right people, freeing you from that addiction, lifting you out of the struggle and lack into more than enough. Now get this down in your spirit, doors are about to open. God's going to take you where you can't go on your own. Chains that have kept those doors locked, they're dead-bolted. They look permanent. They are no match for our God. Psalm 107 says, He broke down their gates of bronze. He cut in two their bars of iron. You may have struggled with the sickness a long time. Looks like you'll never get well. The door to health has been chained, so to speak. I can see the chain breaking. I can see the hinges moving. God's about to do something supernatural. Or that addiction, depression, anxiety may seem permanent. Every thought tells you you'll have to live with it. You've been locked out of freedom. I can see the deadbolt turning. I can see the door starting to open. You're about to walk into wholeness. Or it seems like you can't accomplish your dream. You don't have the connection. Loan didn't go through. Like it's an iron door. It'll never move. I can see those bars of iron being cut in two. I can see God doing something unusual, uncommon. He's about to unlock some things that have been limiting you. Doors that look impossible are about to suddenly open. A door to healing, a door to freedom, a door to promotion, a door to a spouse, a door to a baby. The report may say you can't have children. You've tried everything. Seems like the door is locked. Medically speaking, it's not going to happen. No, get ready. The doorkeeper is about to open up your womb. Against all odds, you're going to conceive and have that baby you've been dreaming about.